Hey everyone, welcome back to Just Meeple and Me. This is Jeremy Miller, and today I'm doing something a little different. I am doing an unboxing, but not of a Kickstarter game. This is Wingspan. If you know anything about board game culture right now, Wingspan is a hot game. It is climbing the top heat charts of Board Game Geek. I think it's 46 or 47 top games of all time or current right now. This is a game that I got a great deal on Amazon. Finally, they had some in stock. I just happened to sneak in an order before their inventory ran out again. I've seen this game go for over $100 from third-party sellers because the demand for this game is just so high. This is an engine building game, but I want to feature it today because it is a very solo playable game. It is built with the Automa Factory, which is kind of the same AI that like Viticulture use and other games are using. So it really truly does have a solo opponent that you play against. And I have not played this game yet, or at least my copy. I've done a couple demos. I've definitely watched a lot of gameplay videos. I'm a science nerd, so I love the theme. I love that it's educational. You know, there's all this great bird art, but there's facts about them. And I just think that's really cool that we moved away from the typical dungeon crawler, kingdom builder, nation builder game that you can see in my background. I have lots of those style games because those are very popular and very common, but this is a completely different theme and I love it. I love that it's something different. So here we go. We're going to be doing an unboxing of Wingspan. Alright guys, up first, just look at the box art. Nice and clean, nice and crisp, great looking bird out there. That stands out. You know what game this is. Even if it doesn't say Wingspan on it, you know exactly what game this is on your shelf. It has a linen finish. Well, I think that's linen finish. Very smooth. Very nice feeling board. Nice little upgrade there. So again, we're just looking at that box art. And why we're doing this, the Automa Factory. Okay, so actually right on top we have the Wingspan Automa. And wow, that's again, I think that's a nice linen finish on the manual too. That's not cheap paper there. So this explains how the solo bot works and how you're playing against them. And they have their own deck of cards, their own turn structure. You can adjust the difficulty levels. You know, I think there's 3 of them. And you can play, I think, obviously with other players too, but you can also use it as a strictly solo mode. So that's awesome. Then they have the actual, oh wow, there's 3 things in there. Wow, I didn't even know that. So we got the Wingspan manual. Again, this is a very nice finish on this. We have all the components. Actually comes with a build-it-yourself dice tower, which is cool because despite my love of board games, I actually don't have a dice tower yet. I think I got one ordered as an add-on for one of my games coming in the fall, but as of now, don't have one. So now when I build that, I'll have one. 170 cards, tokens. Very nice. This comes in at 12 pages, 11 if you don't count the credits. But look at the artwork on those cards. That's so cool that it gives, you know, the name, the scientific name, little flavor text on where it's found. As I said, this theme is completely different than any other really popular board game out there. This is not dungeon crawling, it's not sci-fi, it's not battling, it's not nation and kingdom building. It is Wingspan. It's building a hatchery, it's breeding birds or something like that. And that makes it more accessible, I think, to maybe people who don't like board games because they're too nerdy. Maybe my wife will play this one with me because it's a theme that maybe she can relate to. I hope so. Sometimes, you know, it's fun to play with other people. Not always. You got your different tokens, seeds, fish, fruit, rodents, so different things that different birds will eat. And then the appendix, so 3 different booklets in there, and that's, well, that appendix is just as big as the manual, 12 pages. Awesome. do want to just know what this game is from the cover. It is a competitive bird collection engine building game for 1 to 5 players. Just want to point that out. This is an engine building game, which besides deck building is probably my favorite genre. You know, terraforming Mars, you know, the Manhattan Project. I got that coming in with the new Cold War expansion that adds solo mode to it. But, you know, those are great engine builders. And this is a great light to medium weight, and not want to say light, medium weight engine builder from what I've heard. Okay, but that just looks good. So we got the appendix. This is showing an appendix of all the food gaining powers, the name related bonuses, the nest egg related bonuses. So you can see with all these bonuses where this game can definitely have some complexities to it. I think it's one of those, once you play a couple rounds, you're going to get the hang of it games, but you need to play a ton to get the complexities, to get the intricacies and the subtle depthness of this game. Flocking powers, hunting, fishing powers. So that's cool. A lot of information there. All right from the box here. Let me just rotate the camera. Get that a little bit more straight on. Perfect. We have custom die. A bag of that and some tokens. I'll take that all out. But you can see the custom die features different types of foods and fruits and rodents, and you can choose your own. So that looks good. Our other tokens here, 5 for 1 to 5 players. We have eggs. So that's something you don't see in a lot of board games, is egg components. Different colored eggs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colored eggs. Assuming 1 for each player then. There we go. That's nice. Dropped 1. There we go. That looks like an egg that you would find in your backyard. That looks cool. Okay, this comes with a plastic, nothing over the top, storage solution. But again, it is a storage solution. I don't know if it's just for cards or if it's in-game, but there we go. A nice little artwork on the bottom of that. Bags for storage once we open up the other bags. Score pad. Double-sided. Love that. Assuming that's part of the gameplay board. Got little trays. Now, I don't know if you set your eggs in these or what the purpose of these are, but Terraforming Mars could use something like this. God, I pick on them a lot in my videos, it seems like, but yeah, you can put all your, you know, gold, silver, bronze tokens in here and make community trays. I mean, something simple like that goes a long way. Cards. 3 separate decks of cards. I'm going to open up one of these here and just show you the artwork. But right now, I'm just going to keep moving through the box, and at the end I'll show you the cards. But it is a northern mockingbird. It is Nimbus polyglottus. Maybe? It is a male mockingbird. Oh, it says a male mockingbird may learn around 200 songs throughout its life. So, something I didn't know before. And each of these cards has that. So this is, I think, a big part of the reason why this game is so popular. And think about it, it's kind of like Terraforming Mars. That was a game that was very real. I mean, your goals in that game were to get the oxygen to a certain level. And that's a very real level if we were actually going to terraform Mars. So things like that, I think, are cool. All right. So that looks like a little, must be a player board. And it is, but that looks like if I was going bird watching, I would keep a journal. So that is a nice little journal looking player board. They could have just made the back of that just black, but they added in, make it look like a journal. Like, and you open it up. Let me open it up the right way. And you open it up and boom, there is your player board. So you can play a bird, gain food, lay eggs, draw bird cards, activate And yeah, so definitely some complexities there. Looks a little, I don't want to say intimidating, but a lot going on. But again, once you play a couple rounds, from what I've heard, this game does flow pretty well. You get the hang of it. Good artwork. And back to our journal looking back. And there should be 5 of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There we go. Alright, a punch. So we got the birdhouse assembly instructions. That is super cool. I didn't even, when I bought this game, I had no idea that was even in there. But that makes me happy. Things to punch and build. I haven't actually built anything out of a board game before once I punch, so that's going to be a new experience. But makes a simple dice tower. But the theme, come on, it's a birdhouse. I mean, that is just so cool that they made a birdhouse dice tray or dice tower for this game. It just really adds to the theme. I mean, that's something that was not needed at all for any gameplay experience, but something that just makes this game a little bit more special. And lastly, here we have things to punch. It's like just one layer. Ooh, that comes out pretty easily, but that's all your tokens. There, your first player marker. Okay, let me stick that carefully right back in. I'm going to open up one of these cards here and show you guys some of this great card art. Alright, and we're back. So this is definitely going to be a game where I'm going to be sleeving these cards. These are just too cool to let get damaged. I like to sleeve most of my cards. I don't have any allotted for this game because it was a kind of an impulse buy because it was such a great deal. I do have Paladin Season 3 cards sleeves en route. They should be arriving next month. And that's, I mean, it's going to cover tons of games, but I did not have any of those allotted for Wingspan. I'm going to order some probably as soon as this video is done. There's a turkey, a lark, but that just looks really awesome. So this is a engine building, bird collecting game that features, feeding mechanisms, egg mechanisms. How you collect and play them or utilize them, I don't know yet. Just such cool artwork, educational, realistic, and those are all things that I think the board gaming as a whole needs. Hey, that's on the cover, so let's read about that. So on the cover, apparently it's featured a scissored-tailed flycatcher, and the mating display of these birds involves aerial aerobics that show off the long tail, which you can see here, and that was featured on the cover. And I think that was a great choice for the cover. I mean, all these birds look great, but I don't think, that's not going to sell board games. Very cool, guys. Alright, so that was the Wingspan unboxing. I know it wasn't my typical Kickstarter exclusive unboxing, but that was just a game that I just think looks cool and I wanted to showcase it. And I am happy I did because I am excited about all this game has to offer. So until next time, guys, it will be just Meeple and me.